Okay, so here we are to return to do some more brace work. I've taken the go bars off of the X brace. It's firmly planted. It's been about 24 hours, firmly glued in place. But I've left the go bars on the actual soundboard because we still want to make sure that that stays flat for the rest of the bracing. An interesting side note, when you see these go bars bent in place like that, each one of these exerts a downward force of maybe 8 to 9 pounds. So when we have this many in there, we've got a lot of weight guaranteeing that this surface is quite flat. So our next job here is going to be to put in what's called the transverse brace. It's going to go right here above the sound hole. We're going to put a little glue on this, and we're going to put some go bars on that so that it isn't going anywhere. I've got a little burr on it here I want to take off. There we go. We're good. Okay, so we're going to put a little glue on this and put it in place. Okay, there we go. We're ready. Gonna set him down here in place. Again, I've got a little bit of a pencil line in there so I know where I want to be. And it's interesting, this is the critical part where the bowing took place in the guitar. And I don't know if you're going to see this, but I'm going to show you. Do you see how much flex is still in the face of the guitar? We're going to put about 4 braces across this transverse brace when it's glued in. And that's going to exert a downward force of about 30 or 40 pounds, 35 pounds, to flatten this out, to make sure that when the glue dries, it's going to dry flat. So let's put in a first brace here. And we want to make sure we hit our marks. We're in pretty good shape there. And our mark up there is missing, so we want to move that down just a little bit to expose that mark. And there it is. Okay, so so we're fairly straight with our mark. We're going to put down a few more go bars here. We can actually adjust the weight. The unique part of this go bar system is that we can adjust the weight by how vertically, in other words, from the bottom point to the top point is a vertical line, and if we alternate that back and forth so that the bottom and top are not lined up, we can actually adjust the leverage, the poundage that's forced on it. So I'm going to try to keep these as vertically aligned as possible, top to bottom. Of course, they have a bow in them. So we're going to put another brace in the back here. It's kind of crowded in here, but we're going to put another brace in the back, right near the end of the transverse brace. Make sure that the end is also kept down. So we're going to push that into place. And again, we're going to make sure we can't be touching the back of the guitar here. So we're going to move that just a little bit forward. As long as we're not touching the edge of the guitar here, we're okay. See, we've got to be free of that guitar. So we're going to put another brace near the end, this end of the transverse bar. Make sure that that stays steady. Now, all in all, we've got about 35 or 36 pounds of downward force on that bar. And now we can see there's no more movement in this part of the soundboard, which was the original problem. So this transverse brace is extremely important. This is going to solve a lot of the problems that this guitar had, was this one single transverse brace. But there will be additional braces in there as well. We've got some squeeze out, so we know that we've got plenty of glue. I'm going to clean this up as we can. Okay, so we're good. We're going to go ahead and try to put in these other braces now, which are meant, oops, wrong one. Are meant to support, add additional support to the downward force that the remember the base of the neck is actually right there, and it's pushing in when the strings are strung. So we want to support that part of the guitar as much as possible. So we're going to put in 2 little braces right here, just like this. And they will bear against the X brace, which is already glued in place. And they will offer support to both sides of the sound hole. So let's do that now. Okay, again, I've got some lines here that I can see you probably can't. But I'm going to line that up here, just like that. Try to get that as straight to our line as possible. And we need a go bar on that to hold it in place. I'll wait. Let me put some glue on this guy first. Which is the other part, the other side of the sound hole. Okay, and there we have it. I'm going to take this out and put a little glue on the mitered section here so that it glues it actually to the X brace. I think that's important. Okay, here we go back again. Now let's put in our gold bar. We got lots of downward force on that, so it's not going to go anywhere. We got good squeeze out, but we know we got plenty of glue. And we'll put another gold bar in the other sound hole brace. Checking to make sure that the deck is absolutely flat. We got no bounce in the deck. I think we're in pretty good shape there. You can probably see better than I. How do we do on our squeeze out back here? Okay, I think we're good there. I think we're going to go ahead and put in one more tone bar. This one is called what's called a tone bar, and it's going to go across here like this. And I think with this one we'll probably stop for the day. We'll spread our glue again. I'm going to go ahead and glue the miter so where it butts up against the X brace, the cross brace, we've got a tight joint there. And we're going to, oh, I didn't. Well, that's a sign of stupidity, wasn't it? I glued the wrong side of that. Not paying attention. We have to glue this side of the bar. It's my age. I know it's my age. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. Okay, once again, let's try that over. Now our tone bar goes in. Again, we follow the lines, much as possible here. Press that down a little bit. Sometimes it helps. When you put pressure on them, they slide with the go bars. So we want to try to get them to slide, finish sliding before we put the go bar on. So we're going to put this go bar on here. And we'll put another on this end. We got good squeeze out. want to tap that just a little bit this way. We got a good joint right here. Okay. Get rid of our squeeze out. Make sure we're nice and flat here. Very solid, very flat. We got some gold bars holding this section of the Don't forget our bridge backing plate. Goes right there. And we have a couple more tone bars. We're going to put one right here, like that. And I believe we have another one. It goes here. I don't know if you can see this angle. I'm going to put one right here. Deck is still quite flat in both places. Put him in place. Going to line him up with our lines, just like that. We'll do the same here. And we're going to put in our 2 more gold bars. That slid out of place. We need to get him back where he goes. There we go. Good shape. And again, we go with another gold bar here. That one's not as stiff. We're going to go with a stiffer gold bar. And also regulate the downward force by the dimensions, the length and the width and depth of the size of the gold bar. The cross-sectional size of the gold bar also influences the downward force. So we've got a good straight line there. Got a little squeeze out back here we want to get making out. Okay. I'm going to hold off for now on gluing down the bridge backing plate. I want to be sure that that's exactly where I want it, and I also need to make sure that this area here where the pegs protruded is perfectly flat. I want to double check my flatness here, make sure that those are sanded down as flat as they can be sanded. I don't know if you can see these, as flat as they can be sanded. Our gold bar snapped off there. We've got to re-glue that. Getting crowded in here again. Got to clean up our squeeze out again. Lined up pretty good. That gold bar was a little bit off center. That's what caused it to jump off of there. There's a fair amount of weight there, remember, so we got to be careful that we center it properly, otherwise weight distribution causes them to twist. Okay, I think we're better. All right, so that's going to end the video for today. I'll come back when we strip this down and we'll test and see how well we've done. We made sure that we're good and flat here at the transverse bar. That was extremely critical point. I think we're good. It feels hard everywhere. There's no bounce. Deck is nice and flat. Now you can count the go bars. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So there's probably 18 at 10 pounds is 180. So at 9 pounds, it's about 165 or 70 pounds of downward force to make sure that everything here is perfectly flat. So that when we put it back together, put the back on, we already know it's flat because we've tested it. When we put it on here, we know that both pieces are flat, so that when we glue them together, we got a nice flat guitar again.